few of our group members which can attend this meeting, which is Lilis, Ayuni, FATIN, UMMI, and also SYAHIRAH. They already stated the reason they can't really attend because some of them are sick and some of them have some sort of problems. However, we still can continue this next meeting with the 6 of us. For today, we will discuss on the Hunger Game movie review. As we all know, Hunger Game contains a lot of series. So for today, we will discuss on the first series of Hunger Game. Okay, so for now, I'm Anisakila. I'm gonna explain to all of you about the movie review of the Hunger Game. Basically, Hunger Game is a movie based on Hunger Game novels. There are a few series of Hunger Games. Hunger Games, according to research by the movie website, Hunger Games had been viewed by teenagers mostly because of the storyline, romantic elements, action element, and all of that. That's why Hunger Games is suitable for teenagers. And most of the movie reviewers of the Hunger Games are from teenagers. Okay. Hunger Games basically is really popular among teenagers until now, and it's continuously people follow up the next movie of Hunger Games. Hunger Games contains a clear distinction between reading about violence and seeing it portrayed on screen. It's definitely stage by stage through the Hunger Games movie. So basically, because we're going to discuss on the first movie of Hunger Games. Actually, I'm just watched this movie about 1 week ago after we choose this movie as our movie review. Basically, as I'm the first viewer of Hunger Games, I can see the story is really amazing. The storyline is really out of the box. By watching this movie, we can clearly see a few good elements inside the movie, which is we're believing ourselves in that movie. We can see that till the end of the movie, and at the end of the movie we can see that the ending of the movie is not really clear, and it will definitely show in the next series of the movie. So let's pass to the next speaker, which is Cynthia.
Very good afternoon, and today I'll be doing a review on the movie, the first series of Hunger Games. Well, I would say that there are several major differences between the book and as well as the movie. However, the heart of the story is still intact with this likely blockbuster. And I like how this movie is interesting, where the districts they live by the motto, may the odds be ever in your favor, and the final survivor is named as a champion, and their district will be provided food for the entire year. And this movie, it sets up a monstrous society and a brutal game of genocide, which is the deliberate killing of people of a same culture belief. And this movie also possesses a great amount of suspension, fear, as well as desperation. And the fight sequences inside the arena, they have a gritty and realistic quality that makes for some poundingly tense moments. What I like about this movie as well is a really realistic movie, and where it applies the term that the survival of the fittest, where we have to strive for our best in order to remain in this society, or else we will be eliminated by the society. And in this movie, the director allows his actors to show the human side of the characters as well as the weaknesses of the courageous actors. And because too often in movies as well as real life, the message seems to be the hero should not expose their weaknesses or to admit their suffering. However, through this Hunger Game movie, it is refreshing that to be reminded that it can be elsewhere, such as in the movie Katniss. She's a brave and proud individual in the movie. However, in multiple points of the movie, she literally trembled as well as break down. And well, it's basically a story about kids killing other kids using knives, bows and arrows and anything else that our hand can get on. Maybe child murder is something is all the rage today, and maybe it's me being too sensitive. Since this movie, it only earned a PG-13 rating for its intense violent material as well as disturbing images. All in all, I would say that Hunger Games, it has all the technical ingredients of a great film, and so not at all it's innovative and original. However, at least it's a worthwhile action fantasy. Now I'll pass on to Aina to continue the review.
Okay, good afternoon and Assalamualaikum. Let me start by saying that I'm a huge fan of the Hunger Games book series by Susan Collins. I've read them countless times when I found out they will make the movie, I was so excited. And after I watched the movie, it was not disappointing. There are many lessons I've learned from the movie. First and foremost, we should know when to break the rules. One of the best facet Katniss character is her refusal to obey orders blindly and do what everyone expects from the district. From her more refined table manners to hunting boldly in front of authorities. She knows when to fall in line and when to shoot an arrow to authority. Secondly, what I've learned is where you come from doesn't determine your outcome. Katniss comes from oppressed, neglected and poverty-stricken district, which is District 12. The skill and traits she learns from their home, which is hunting, vigilance, can often be asset to help her to be successful. If we don't like our life circumstance, we have the power to change it. If we work hard, speak up and take an action, we can change our life. Okay, last one, what I've learned from this movie, sacrifice is the foundation of maturity. As soon as Katniss' younger sister Primrose has her name called, Katniss knows what she must do. She volunteers to replace her younger sister as she knows that her sister cannot survive through the Hunger Games. From this, I've learned that we need to know when to stand your ground and when to concede in life. All relationships revolve around sacrifice, whether friendship, family relation, or intimate relation. We need to show others how important they are to us, and by compromising on what we want and our desire, that show that how much we value them. That's all from me. Thank you. Next, I pass to my friend.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Today, after I watched this movie, I feel that this movie is very awesome and many more value that I got from this movie. First, family come first. Katniss take her sister Primrose place in the Hunger Games to keep her safe. That's what I call loyalty. This shows that family is a very important. Second, trust what you are good at. For example, Katniss is a skilled archer and doesn't doubt her abilities. She has girl encouraging her. She can doubt herself. Otherwise, she won't be able to perform. Third, trust your feelings. Just because Peter loves Katniss doesn't mean she automatically doesn't mean she automatically have to love Peter back. If you are unsure, don't throw your heart to a guy just because he seems into you. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with taking your time to find out how you really feel before moving forward. Fight what is right. Katniss, for example, Katniss knows the games are screwed up, and she does everything she can to expose them for what they are. For the fifth, smile. Smile is important. For example, Katniss knows she needs help from sponsor and wouldn't have gotten if she was sorry during interview. She took good advice and made it work in her favor. Then your past doesn't have to determine your future. For example, Katniss and her family had a lot of struggles and loss. She come out on top. Just because you may not have the best background, you can still overcome your obstacles and use them to motivate you to rise above it. And lastly, think outside the box. Katniss always have many ways to make sure that she's safe from the other's enemy in order to survive. So I prefer all people watch this movie because this movie can give a lot of moral story. That's all from me. So I pass to Owen.
My name is 1 million, and this is my first time to participate in this video. And, this series of movie is about how residents fight against the tyrannical rule. People from different districts are under control of a capital, and every year two representatives from each district have to participate in a game called the Hunger Game. The participants have to kill each other during this game because only one player is allowed to survive at the end. And the winner can achieve supply for his district. And actually, this game is the tool of the king to manipulate these people because the king performed very strict rules on these different districts, and if there are any residents want to come out to rebel or do something against the king will perform more stricter and disposite rules on this district, or even hard sentence the people publicly in order to warn these residents. But this approach does not always work, so they figured out an idea. Let's hold the Hunger Games annually to transfer the hatred and and divide the rebellion union. So this game performed smoothly for many years until two players fall in love with each other. So they finally survived until the end, and they don't want to kill each other. So they decided to commit suicide together, and this behavior evoked people's hatred towards the king, and consequently forced the king to change the rule of this game. But the tyranny never stopped. So finally, the residents aware that the only way to get liberty and democracy back is to topple the throne. Some people say this movie is very political because of this movie is talk about the democracy and the rebellion. And the democracy is also the core value of the United States because this movie is produced in the United States. So as far as I'm concerned, I think this movie is I think this movie is want to spread, the author want to spread the democracy by this movie and evoke people who live under the authoritarian to fight for their rights. That's all my opinion. Thanks.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Samira Sofia and I'll make a movie review about Honey Kids. Penny's already knows what Faye is. She doesn't know anything about her. She's 16 years old with much of a sweet illegal, but she's free. But fence is a very easy to everyone inside, but somebody's got few scraps of meat and them. And somebody else was supposed to be selected leave it in the woods. She can keep the repeat at bay. And when her lifelong idea finds her, it's all wrong. His name is the follow the times. And never mind.